Hello there, friends, and welcome back to our channel. Today is a beautiful, bright day to sit down, pour a fresh cup of coffee, and dive into the latest drama unfolding on our favorite screens. We are absolutely thrilled to have you here with us as we unpack some of the most jaw-dropping surprises to hit daytime television this week. Let us get right into the thick of it. I have to tell you, over the many years of watching the twists and turns of General Hospital, we have all seen our fair share of troublemakers, scoundrels, and downright evil folks walk the streets of Port Charles. Now, usually when a bad guy meets their maker or gets shipped off to a maximum security prison, a little part of us actually misses them. You know exactly what I mean, do you not? There are those deliciously wicked characters that we just love to hate. We find ourselves sitting on the edge of our living room sofas, secretly hoping the writers will find some clever, soapy way to bring them back into the fold. A good villain adds that essential spice to the recipe of a daily drama, keeping our beloved heroes on their toes and giving us plenty to talk about with our friends at the grocery store or over the telephone. We cherish the complicated ones, the ones who have a tiny sliver of humanity buried deep down under all that mischief. But Lord have mercy, there is one glaring exception to that rule, and his name is Peter August. I am completely serious when I say that absolutely nobody, and I mean nobody, was sitting around their kitchen table praying for the writers to resurrect Peter. In fact, if we took a poll right now among all the devoted viewers, I am pretty sure Peter August would easily win the award for the most universally despised soap opera villain of all time. He was not the fun kind of bad guy. He was the kind that made you want to throw your television remote right at the screen. He caused so much heartache, so much devastation, and so much senseless pain for our favorite families that his final exit felt like a massive weight had been lifted off the entire town. We thought we were finally done with him. We thought we could finally wash our hands of his sinister smirks and his endless reign of terror. Well, hold on to your hats, because this week on the ABC network, we were all dealt a massive shock that nearly made me spill my sweet tea. Wes Ramsey, the incredibly talented actor who brings the dreaded Peter August to life, made an unexpected and startling return to our screens. When his face suddenly appeared, I could hardly believe my own eyes. I had to blink a few times just to make sure my vision was not playing tricks on me. It is a true testament to Wes Ramsey's incredible acting abilities that just the mere sight of him can send a cold shiver straight down my spine. He plays that role so perfectly that you cannot help but feel a deep sense of dread the moment he steps into the frame. But how on earth is he back? We all know he is as dead as a doornail. The answer to that question is far more twisted and heartbreaking than a simple resurrection from the grave. To understand this terrifying new development, we have to talk about our dear Anna Devane. Bless her heart, Anna has been through the absolute ringer lately. Played so beautifully by the legendary Finola Hughes. Anna is usually the smartest, most capable woman in any room. She is a former police chief, a brilliant WSB agent, and a woman who has always relied on her sharp mind and her incredible intuition to save the day. So, seeing her locked away in a mental institution recently has been incredibly hard to watch. It just breaks my heart to see such a strong, independent woman stripped of her freedom and her dignity, questioning her own sanity. She has been fighting a desperate battle behind those sterile hospital walls, trying to prove to the doctors, her family, and even herself that she is not losing her grip on reality. And then, out of nowhere, a miraculous breakthrough happened. The truth finally came spilling out into the light of day, proving that our Anna was right all along about the sinister Cassius Faison, played by the handsome Ryan Pavey. She was not being paranoid, she was not making things up, and she certainly was not suffering from delusions when it came to that particular threat. The sheer relief that must have washed over her family and friends is something we can all easily imagine. The doctors at the psychiatric facility took one look at the new evidence, reevaluated her condition, and decided that she had made a miraculous recovery. They officially declared her cured, packed up her belongings, and signed the paperwork to release her from the ward and send her back home to Port Charles. On the surface, this sounds like a moment for a grand celebration. Her loved ones are probably planning welcome home dinners and breathing huge sighs of relief, thinking the dark clouds have finally parted. They truly believe that the Anna they know and love is back, safe and sound, ready to resume her normal life. But oh goodness gracious, how wrong they are. Unbeknownst to her friends, her devoted family, and those supposedly brilliant doctors, Anna is far from being well. In fact, she might be in more danger right now than she ever was while locked inside that facility. The tragedy of this situation is just heavy on my soul because we, the viewers, are the only ones who know the terrible truth that is hiding behind Anna's tired eyes. The reality of Anna's fragile mental state was revealed to us in a scene that I will not soon forget. There she was, the former police chief, sitting all alone in her quiet hospital room, preparing for her grand discharge. The room was silent, the kind of heavy, suffocating silence that makes your ears ring. And then the nightmare began. Anna's mind, still deeply fractured and vulnerable, started to play the cruelest trick imaginable on her. She began to hallucinate, but she did not just see a random shadow or a fleeting memory. She saw her deceased nephew, Peter August, standing right there in the flesh. The sheer terror of that moment is hard to put into words. To have the ghost of the man who caused so much destruction suddenly manifest in your own mind is a fate worse than any physical illness. You have to remember the incredibly complicated and painful history between Anna and Peter. For the longest time, the emotional ties and the profound sense of responsibility never truly faded away. Peter was always her blind spot, her greatest failure, and the source of her deepest regrets. So, for her broken mind to conjure up his image in her moment of extreme vulnerability makes a twisted kind of psychological sense. Her brain has taken her deepest trauma and given it a physical form, creating a phantom that she cannot escape because he is living right inside her own head. It is a heartbreaking situation that makes you just want to reach through the television screen and give her a comforting hug. But this is not just a passive ghost lingering in the corner of the room. Oh no, this imaginary Peter is active, he is persuasive, and he is terrifyingly controlling. As I watched the scene unfold, I realized with a sinking heart that Anna is completely at his mercy. This hallucination is planting dark thoughts and manipulating her every move. It is as if Peter has reached out from beyond the grave, bypassed all of Anna's natural defenses, and hijacked her brilliant mind. She is essentially being brainwashed by her own imagination. The Anna we know would never take orders from Peter August, but this deeply unwell version of Anna is hanging on to his every invisible command, completely unable to separate reality from this horrifying illusion. Now, according to the latest whispers and leaks coming straight out of the General Hospital rumor mill, this terrifying situation is going to be a massive central storyline all throughout the upcoming summer months. Wes Ramsey is going to have a very prominent role acting as the devil on Anna's shoulder. And the most chilling part of all this imaginary Peter is out for blood. He is not just haunting Anna to make her feel bad, he is actively convincing her that she needs to commit a terrible crime. He is pushing her, prodding her, and twisting her thoughts until she genuinely believes that she has to take someone's life once she returns to the familiar streets of Port Charles. Just pause and think about the sheer magnitude of that danger for a moment. We are talking about Anna Devane, a woman with elite combat training, unparalleled tactical skills, and access to weapons and classified information. If she goes rogue, driven by a bloodthirsty hallucination of Peter August, there is absolutely no telling the amount of damage she could do. And the most frightening aspect is that nobody in town suspects a thing. If her closest friends and family do not realize that she is acting strangely, if they just assume she is a little tired from her hospital stay, they will be completely defenseless against her. The suspense is already eating me alive, wondering who in Port Charles is going to end up in the crosshairs of Anna's imaginary nephew. It really goes to show just how profoundly evil the character of Peter August truly is. When he was alive, he was a miserable, manipulative wretch who ruined countless lives. Now, even from the world beyond, his legacy of pain continues to poison the people left behind. We can only imagine the dark, twisted schemes he is cooking up from the afterlife, using Anna as his unwilling pawn. It is a brilliant, albeit terrifying, move by the writers to keep his villainy alive without actually resurrecting him. It forces us to confront the lasting scars that true evil leaves on a community and on the minds of those who fought so hard to defeat it. As we look ahead to these warm summer months, I find myself filled with a mixture of immense excitement and deep, deep worry for our beloved characters. Will someone notice the blank stare in Anna's eyes before it is too late? Will a close friend realize that she is listening to a voice nobody else can hear? Or will tragedy strike Port Charles once again, because everyone was too busy celebrating her false recovery to see the monster hiding in plain sight. The stakes have never been higher, and the emotional toll this is going to take on Anna whenever she finally snaps out of it is going to be absolutely devastating to witness. I want to know exactly how all of you are feeling about this shocking turn of events. Are you secretly thrilled to see Wes Ramsey bringing his incredible talent back to Port Charles, even if it is just as a terrifying figment of Anna's imagination? And what on earth do you think this imaginary Peter is going to command our dear Anna to do once she steps foot back in her home? The possibilities are endless and downright scary. We are in for a long, bumpy ride, my friends, and I cannot wait to share every single gasp-inducing moment with you. Keep your eyes peeled, hold your loved ones close, and let us all hope that Anna Devane finds her way back to the light before the darkness consumes her completely.